to admit I already do. Let's just break it down to you and me uptown.
So I can still remember being on that train as it was coming into the New Brunswick station, which is pictured behind me, seeing all those Rutgers flags and thinking, oh shit, did I just make the biggest mistake of my life? It was last August, I was coming back from Boston, and after my first 3 days working for Eric Qualman. Now, I know what you're thinking, sounds like the opportunity of a lifetime. How could that possibly be a bad thing? It was an opportunity of a lifetime, so I took the job. But you have to understand, I left my dream job at Rutgers University. I loved working for Rutgers. I worked with students that I loved and mentored. I worked with colleagues that have become family. You can even see some of them right there helping me change my windshield wipers on my car. And it's not like I didn't like what I was doing. It's not like I had that issue of not being challenged or, needing something new. I loved the work that I was doing. Now, it's been about 8 months since that train ride, and I have to say, I did not make the biggest mistake of my life. And I love what I do. And it's been an incredible learning experience. But I'm getting ahead of myself. And don't we always do this? When we talk about life outside of our comfort zone, we always say that pleasant, brief synopsis. While it was hard at first, I'm so glad I did it. And now I really love it. I don't want to do that tonight. I want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of pushing boundaries and living outside of your comfort zone. Now, it feels a little weird being up here talking about pushing boundaries, because in my personal life, I don't even like trying new foods. Nope, not at all. But in my career, it's a little different. I'm so passionate about what I do, and I have a wild imagination. So when I dream something up or envision what could be, I just go for it. I'm kind of like a dog jumping into a pool after a tennis ball. That dog is not thinking about whether or not he can swim or where the exit is. He's just going for the ball. And while it sounds crazy, that's what I recommend when thinking about going outside your comfort zone. Because the alternative is overthinking. We will always think of a million reasons why not to do something, right? But our analysis causes a paralysis, which keeps us safely within our comfort zone, which is why I always recommend trust your gut and dive into discomfort. And it's only a matter of time before that oh shit moment happens. I like to believe that I'm an expert in oh shit moments because I've had a lot of them. 2 weeks into my no to internship, I had an oh shit moment. 1 month into planning the Big Ideas Conference, oh shit moment. 3 weeks before my TEDx talk, oh shit moment. The list goes on. And after a lot of conversations in the mirror saying, Courtney, why do you always do this? I've come to realize that oh shit moment is a welcome sign into life outside of our comfort zone. And when you feel it, you should congratulate yourself and embrace it. You're doing something brave. And so once we get through that, we get to go into the journey. We get to experience the good, the bad, and the ugly. Those parts, those good, bad, ugly parts, and how we handle ourselves in those parts, those are the ones we leave out of the story, aren't they? But that's what I want to talk about tonight, starting with the ugly. Now, the ugly is a combination of awkward and messy. Awkward, like an 8th grade dance is awkward, and messy, like a kid eating ice cream for the first time. When we started the State Association in New Jersey, a lot of us were new. A lot of it was messy, perhaps a little awkward. But you know what? I realized that's okay, because those messy, awkward, ugly moments, they build character. They give us that sense of humor we so desperately need in this career. And those awkward moments teach us to be savvy. So next time, we can be fabulous. Now the bad is that we're going to make some mistakes along the way, okay? Some of those mistakes are easy to bounce back from, some not so much. When I was charged with planning the Big Ideas Conference, I pushed myself way outside of my event planning comfort zone, and I was in charge of a group of professionals volunteering Most had way more experience than I did, and I made mistakes. Some that strained collegial relationships, or worse, friendships, and some that damaged my reputation. Those are the moments where we question ourselves the most about pushing boundaries. Why did we do this? But you know what I realized? Hindsight is 20/20. So we need to use that. We need to learn from our mistakes. This group's pretty good at that, okay? We do the learning development thing pretty well. The other piece is we have to apologize. Go seek out those folks that you have wronged by those mistakes and say sorry, apologize to them. It's so important. Now it brings me to the good. So a little over a year ago, we hosted a conference at Rutgers University, had 7 students do Ignite Talks, one of the most challenging forms of public speaking. It was one of those moments I'll never forget, polished, powerful presentations. In that moment, I decided, Courtney, if they can summon the courage to do that talk, you're going to do something that you've always wanted to do. That next August, I gave my first ever TEDx talk, and I have those students to thank for inspiring me to do something that I'd always dreamed of. That's the beauty of going outside your comfort zone. You inspire others to be brave. So, in sum, our life, our dreams will take us outside our comfort zone. Dive in, embrace the oh shit moments. Know that the awkward, messy ones are going to build character. The mistakes teach us grace and resilience. And the great part is we inspire others to push boundaries. So, with that all being said, I just have one last question. What's one thing you will do this year that will push yourself way outside your comfort zone and inspire others to be brave? Thank you.
Yeah.